Summaries in today's video. 1. Husband put another relationship in front of ours. How do I move past this? 2. Update. I am 27, hurt my non-exclusive lover, M25, don't know what to do from here. 3. My 19F, friend, 19M, acts like I'm his girlfriend. 4. My 30F, GF of 2.5 years has told me, 28M, that she wants to break up because wants to explore other relationships. I need help on how to process this and how to move forward. My 29F, husband, 30 meters, has not been prioritizing our relationship for the last year. We have been together 9 years, married for 2. My husband is a manager and he has gotten really close with his client, an actress. She is a gay, and 23, and I don't think there is anything physical going on. They both experienced childhood trauma, and he views her as a little sister. She doesn't have any support system and he has taken on this role of her caretaker. We 3 hang out a lot and I never sensed anything other than friendship from them. The problem is, he has prioritized her well-being over mine for the last 8 months. She is very needy, both about life stuff and career things. They have a very emotionally intimate relationship. He spent all his mental and emotional bandwidth on making sure she feels okay and special, and I was left with crumbs. For the past 8 months, we have not gone on hardly any dates, barely had s*x, and he often is disengaged. There are good times too, but it definitely felt like something was different. This year has been very stressful for him, and he started to a therapist about his childhood trauma, and work has been stressful. I ignored what was happening because I knew he was going through a lot and was trying to be supportive. However, in this past 2 weeks I came to my senses and realized that our relationship is not okay. We had a long talk about it and told me he agrees that he hasn't been prioritizing our relationship. He got caught up in being her caretaker and didn't realize it. We established some things to help us get back on track, boundaries with her, dedicating quality time for me, making sure I am the priority. And he is making a good effort. My issue, I can't shake the feeling that I have been second best. Before this I was very secure in our relationship, and I feel like I got hit with a ton of bricks. How can I get out of my head and get past this? I just want to rewind the clock and get back to us. Original Justin update. At first it seemed that the smartest option would be to let him go, but to put it simply it was an impossible task. We had a talk about us, I apologized for hurting him over the past 2 years and we agreed to a relationship under the condition that it's a proper one. He suggested we could slowly ease into the publicity of it, that he loves me and he's happy to be patient, which was reassuring. So I'm working on it. I've been holding his hand in public and trying to get over the stupidity, kissed him openly. I did feel a bit uneasy but he had the biggest smile on his face and that made me forget it all. I'm yet to introduce him as my partner to my family, but his parents are happy, which is good to know. He's been with men before but this is the first time either of us have had a relationship like this, so we're trying to educate ourselves a bit and I'm going to continue working on letting go. Otherwise yeah, I'm ecstatic and grateful for the advice on my original. Looking forward to the future with him. TLDR, he's officially mine. So happy, so in love. So. I have a group of guy friends I hang out with decently often, we mostly play video games and D&D, and have started meeting up and going out in person. One guy in particular is a little weird, I'll call him M. I was initially closest with him and I still consider him a good friend, but he's quite possessive, makes *SSIVE aggressive comments when I hang out with the other guys, and whenever we do hang out as a group, he keeps trying to hold my hand and awkwardly put his arm around me. Whenever he tries to initiate hand holding I give him a high five lol. Everything came to a head yesterday when I hung out with 3 other guys from our group without him. He was invited, but at the last second, the rest of us were literally at the restaurant and seated. He told us he had swapped shifts with a co-worker. We went ahead and ate anyways since we were already there, and to be honest it was probably better he didn't come because he has a very basic palate, and we went to a hot pot place that was predominantly organ meat, we're all very Asian and he's white, that he would never eat. So we ate and hung out for a bit at a park and went home. The second I connected to Wi-Fi my phone was inundated with messages from M asking me to play a game with him or asking what I'm up to, and when I told him we had eaten he got really upset and accused me of being a bad friend. Not any of the other guys, just me because it's just different. I was confused because wasn't he working? His excuse was that the shifts got messed up, but he expected us to just cancel the hangout. I don't really believe him because if his shift really did get messed up, he could have texted me or any one of our other friends and we would have told him to come down, instead of only messaging me on Discord. I'm basically notorious in our friend group for having a terrible prepaid phone plan from 7-Eleven, so I have no data, so I think he did that to check if I was out or at home. I know a lot of people are going to tell me just to talk to him, but I feel like unless he straight up confesses, he's just going to deny anything I say and probably react really poorly. I tell him not to hold my hand and call him stuff like champ and pal to dissuade his behavior, but he's undeterred. How can I subtly friendzone him without wrecking our friendship? Chip, 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 chip. My GF, who I've been dating for 2.5 years, who I was planning on marrying, had recently asked for space and for a break, and in the past month this has turned into a full-on breakup. This was pretty shocking to me, as although both of our lives are very stressful and we have some shared trauma, mainly from when her sister died by suicide and a civil lawsuit I am currently in, we have to this point had a very loving relationship. Madly in love, very rarely fought, etc. We had both talked about getting married, having kids, starting a life, etc. many times, and I was planning on proposing around October. We also lived together. She asked to move in with me after about 6 months of dating, after her sister died, and I agreed. She also has said in the past that she usually gets cagey in relationships at around this time of 2.5 years, due to trauma she has had in the past with abusive BFS. She started expressing that she wanted to take a break and needed space about 6 weeks ago, saying that she gave her phone number to a guy in the gym we both work out every day for the first time in our relationship. I told her that I do not believe in breaks, and asked her that we try to work on our relationship for a bit, couples therapy, addressing issues, she would work on her trauma, etc., and revisit the break later. She agreed that we could try this. The dude she gave her number to at the gym said some not great things to her, so she deleted his number. Less than 2 weeks after we had this conversation, a little over a month ago at this point, around June 16, I found out she gave her number to 2 other guys at the gym from a notification that came up on her computer when it was open. And since then her and one of the guys have been flirting non-stop, sending pics, not nudes, but cute pics. I confronted her about this, and her response was basically, well, I told you I needed space and you didn't listen to me. This caused a big fight between us, and she again said she needed a break. At this point I didn't really know what to do. I didn't understand why she wouldn't give us some time to work on our relationship like we had said a week before. While I don't mind giving her space, I do mind other men being involved with her while she takes this space. In the end, we agreed that we would take a break, but there would be some rules. She was to find another place to live and move out so she could get her space. I agreed that she could flirt with other guys and even go on dates, but no lying, no physical contact, no kissing, and especially no s***x. Later in that same week, I found out that she has hung out with him twice going for walks in the park, both lasting many hours. She lied about being with him, saying she was with one of her girlfriends instead. She promises that she is just flirting and hanging out. She reiterated that there no touching, no hooking up, no s***x, etc., as these were the terms of our break. I believed her on this at the time, but I know what flirting and hanging out leads to. Especially with my GF, she really likes attention. After I found this out, and after she lied about it, and stuck with the lie even after I confronted her about it, which she later admitted to, I let her know that I cannot do this break, as she was already lying to me, so how could I trust the other parts of the agreement? I told her that the other guy's part of it is a deal breaker, but I would give her some time to try to figure things out. Also complicating things at the time was that we had been having amazing s**x all week. It's strange to me that we have great passionate sex, which she calls the best s**x of her life, and then the next day she is okay with hanging out with some random dude she just met. Sex was an issue in our relationship as we had both gone through depressive phases, but the s**x life had been improving for the past month. We probably had s**x 20 times in the span of 5 days that week. The next week of June 28, I had to travel for work, so I was out of the house for the whole week. During this time, our relationship seemingly got better. She was talking to the guy less, and said she missed me and wasn't sure if she was making the right choices breaking up. When I got back, we had great s**x again and went on a small 3-day trip for the 4th of July weekend, which was nice and romantic. This was the last time we had s*x together. She said she loved me and was confused, and during this time stopped looking for a new place. On July 9, I took a bike ride around the city and ran into her and the other guys hanging out in the park before her overnight work shift. I saw them kiss. I confronted my GF about it the next day, which caused a huge fight. At the end, we both agreed that she would not hang out with this guy again until after she was moved out. Fast forward to last week. The guy from the gym apparently called her and told her that he did want to be involved in this while she was still trying to decide what to do about her feelings about me and him. I was pretty happy to hear this news, as I thought it meant less temptation. She again said she wouldn't hang out with him until after she moved out of our apartment. On Friday, 7/16, she didn't come home from the gym for an extra few hours. I asked her about it when she got home and she said she was with the guy getting coffee. I do believe that this is where she was, but she had no plans to see him again anytime soon. I let it go. She again said she loved me. The very next day on Saturday, I snooped through her text messages on her computer, which I feel bad about. But I had to get my suspicions confirmed. I knew I was being lied to and disrespected. I found out that she had made plans to hang out with him again at the same coffee shop for 2 hours before going to her girlfriend's place. Later in the night before she came home from her friend's place, she was texting him about wanting to spend the night with him and possibly get a hotel. Obviously, when she got home that night there was a big blow-up. I confronted her about it and she tried to lie, and then I told her I saw the messages. We got into the biggest argument I have ever had with a woman, and mean, disgusting things were said by the two of us. She does not seem to understand that even if we are broken up, she should still adhere to the agreements that we both agreed to out of respect for the relationship we once had. She said that yes, I agreed to not see him until after I was moved out, but that was last week and I changed my mind, as if that absolves her from lying to me about it many times. Finally, yesterday, she moved temporarily to her friend's house for the next 2 weeks. In August, she will be in Arizona for a month doing an away rotation for school, so I won't be seeing much of her until the end of August at the earliest. Since she left yesterday, she has been sending me a whole bunch of texts saying sorry for this and that, and other ones that told me that she misses me. That it was weird to sleep in a different place, cook for just herself, etc. She said that she still sees a future with us. I told her that it will never be the same if she sleeps with someone else. I don't see myself as the kind of guy that is going to be okay with her doing this and then coming back into my life. I mean, how can I trust that this won't happen again in the future? When we are married and have kids? But trust might be broken forever, let alone the straight-up disrespect she had for me and our relationship. Why couldn't she have just waited to start seeing this guy until after she was moved out? Which really sucks because I truly love this woman with all my heart and don't want to lose her. Up until this point, she has been perfect. She is smart, we are both in med school, s*xy as heck, most likely the most beautiful woman I'll ever be with in my life, and we connect on another level compared to anything else I have experienced. Also, just to be clear, she is not the only prize in this relationship. I am as well. I am fit, handsome, have multiple degrees, in medical school, and currently hold public office. So it's not like I can't find someone else, I just don't want to be. I thought this one was the one. I am so hurt. I don't know how to move forward and don't know if I should even try to save this relationship or not once she gets hurt. TLDR, GF pretty much left me for another man to explore other relationships then come back to me.